It's happening. I'm getting my art studio. This is going to be my art studio, and that is going to be a shed because I have to put my bikes and tools somewhere. The next couple of days, I'm going to weed all this, and it's all going to be taken down. I'm going to have a whole new building there. I'm going to have nice big sliding doors. And I thought I'd take you on the journey. It's taken me a long time to save the money up to get this done, but it's finally here. Oh, it's exciting. Partway through this video, I do a studio tour and I show where I put my art supplies in my new studio, and I go through them. So here, the double doors that have been left out are for security reason, but the rest of the garage is dismantled, and these metal poles here is just going to be part of the structure. So here are the waterproof bricks that have been laid down. The builder's working on this while I'm at work, so this is the way I'm going to show the clip, just quick clips of the progression. And the framework's starting to go up now. It's nice to see it divided so I can see which section is my studio. I'm just sort of have a little walk in there to see what that feels like. And the other part is going to be my brick shed. The framework's been going up for the roof, and some breathable felt has started being put on. And you can see that it's just slightly slanted into the garden, just enough for the rainwater to come down on it. Now the panels are going up, and the panels for the roof is all complete up there, and some more breathable felt put on there. And it's just nice to see the actual size of the shed. I'm thinking, am I going to fit everything in here? I still need that little bit left there, and that gets covered later. I'm having a good look around, I'm thinking, I think I might have to get rid of some things now. Started playing around with the shed, just to see, is my bike going to fit in there? How I'm going to put the shelvings in here? I need to put my chest freezer in here as well, but it didn't stay like this. It changed later on. So moving along, we've got some insulation going on here now. Just in the studio, don't need insulation in the shed. And as you can see, it's all being stuffed in the walls there, and in the ceiling as well. And I've had an electrician in just to decide where the wires are going to go. So we'll have a wire hanging in the middle of there. That's going to be for a 6-foot light. So the trim on the roof on this side, we've got breathable holes just for the roof section. Panels are complete, roof is complete, and the windows are in. But unfortunately, these are the wrong windows because I can't see through them. They're frosted ones. And these windows were meant to be frosted for the door, but it's nice to see that the roof is complete, and I've got the guttering up as well. So it's progress, it's moving along nicely. So the double doors are gone, and this is the cladding outside that I have. This is the colour that I chose. It's a light bluey grey colour. I just need a little top bit done, but it is done later. And now you can see that the cladding work is starting to happen inside the garden as well. The cladding work is finished and it looks really nice. It makes my garden look bigger. So I thought I'd show you inside. All the plastering is complete. It was really humid and hot in here while this had been done. It was really smooth to touch as well. And you can see that the electrics have also been completed. So it's nice to see that I could switch the light on. The build is complete. The guttering is all fitted there to the cladding. I'm still waiting for the windows though, but they do come in the end. But I'd show you me starting to decorate it with this tiny little roller. I'll tell you, this was torture decorating this. It was really hot. I had to do 2 whitewashes, and this is the first coat of the paint that I was put on that you've just seen me do. And my son did help me with all this. So here, I thought I'd show you the completed painted studio. I did the final painting by myself. It's very white, and the skirting board is on as well. So that is all done, and I put the light on again, so it's nice and bright in there. Here I am on my hands and knees, and oh, my knees hurt after this, laying this floor down. This is the flooring I decided to go for because it was easier, and this was my last square, and I thought, well, I hope I don't muck this up like cutting it, because if it goes wrong, well, I'm gonna have to buy some more. I really didn't want to. And my son was really helping me recording this. He was just showing you around so you could have a look. He helped me with this as well. He was looking forward to helping me with this. So let's give you a closer look. This is how I cut it. It was really easy to cut, and it was just so easy to lay. It was like a nice spongy floor, and I was just guesstimating, as you call it. And this very last bit, I'm just like, let's cut it about there. And I'm like, I hope I got it right, because if I haven't and it's not, well, tough. So I just sort of do a little bit at a time just to make sure I get it straight. There you go. Last trim. Does it fit? Of course it does. I was like, yes. And I was like pushing in, I was like, finish the flooring, great. It's finished. Here's my new art studio. I'm so excited. I have to show you inside, and I can't wait, but I need to get something off my chest first. Hold on a minute. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, let me show you inside. As you can see, the windows have now changed and I can see right through them, and I'm really happy with those. And I've got some curtains up to try and prevent the heat from coming in here, because it is actually quite hot in here if I'm not. So let's open this up. It's quite a wide door. Open the curtain. I need curtain rail. Where is it? There it is. Let's turn the light on. And a radiator. Electric radiator. I have my fan because it's hot in here at the moment, and I have my parents' chair here, and I have a chair there for my son because he chooses to bring his stuff in here as well. He asked, and I said why not. So I'm just using the furniture I have at the moment. I'll just give you a sweep round. So this is what it all looks like. So this is this side. So if I go around the room, say starting from here, so I'm just using the furniture I have at the moment, but I will be replacing some of this later on. I just wanted to get the stuff in here, so sorry that I didn't show the video of me moving it all in, but it was a bit of a rush trying to get the furniture out of my parents' flat because I had to hand the keys over, so I just brought it all in a rush. My son helped me. So in this corner I've got all my let me just change up a bit. These I've got all my watercolor pads, sketching pads, books, and everything fitting on there perfect. Well, I made sure because I squeezed it all in there. And those are my son's boxes in there because he likes to paint his little miniatures. So I have this thin cupboard here, and I have just a few small canvases and panels out there, and then I have some some QuickBooks items because I do work in accounting practice and we were given those, and I just have some Sharpies in here, which I've always have been in here. I've just put this in here as my son's radio thing so we can listen to some music when we're in here together. And I've just got some random paper and that my son likes to use, and it's just not art stuff, it's just, you know, as and when we want to use it. And in this first drawer I have my pastel pencils. I've always wanted to lay them out. In fact, this down here, this table is just temporary. I would like to get a planned chest. It's called a planned chest, where it's got really large drawers in it. So I'd like a surface to have these on there, and really large drawers. So the stuff in this plastic box is large papers and my glassine paper, and I can't fit it in anywhere else. But once I get a planned chest in there, I can get rid of all that under there and put them in the drawers. But in the first top drawers, because I use this easel for my pastel drawings, I would like to have large drawers under here so I can just open it up like this and have them all sort of spread out in a long drawer so I can see them all. And so I had these are my Faber-Castell ones. These are my Carbofellos. So they fit in this drawer okay. I mean, it will do for now. And these are my Derwent ones. I do have others, but I've just left them in tins. These are the 3 brands that I use mostly. I put my gouache palettes in here and my Caran d'Ache crayons, both Neocolour 1s and 2s. I know I'm going to change things around, but it's like this for now. These are all like my little palettes, and these are the gessos that I have. And I have this little machine here that is electric, and you put your little tiny ink bottles on it and you press it down and it just shakes it up for you. It saves you from standing there shaking every one of them, just speeds it up quicker. And then at the bottom I've got some more palettes and jars that I use for water, and I've got my big squeeze there to get the paints out of the tubes when I've got down to the bottom of them. This is a cutting mat for what my son uses, and he has his foam boards that he likes to use because he likes to create terrain. This is his bureau that he wanted to bring in here, and I said yes, of course you can. And his paints, and I'm sure he doesn't mind me showing you guys, but that's just how he likes to have it. And he's got his tiny bits and pieces in there. And then he just has, drawers full of train stuff that he likes to do. So I won't go through his stuff. And also at the bottom here, it's my son's stuff as well. So it'd be nice to have him in here. We'll inspire each other for doing things. Now these are all my markers. So these are alcohol markers. All of these are alcohol markers down here as well. So we have, let me see if I can get around here, the Illustrator markers. I think I've been through all these before anyway. I've got my Winsor and Newton, and I've got some Copic gel markers as well. And the Winsor and Newton Bullet and the Winsor and Newton brush markers as well, because I like full sets of things. And Here I've got the Winsor & Newton pigment markers. Sorry, there you go. And all these are watercolour markers. So the Faber-Castell ones and the Winsor & Newton ones. And here, well, my sister bought me these for my birthday and I didn't show you guys, but these are watercolour markers. It's a cheap brand and I was very grateful that she bought them for me. There you go. So that's what I got in the set. So I have like a little drawer here, and these are watercolour pencils. I've not used any of these yet. And these are supposed to be watercolour pastels, which I didn't know there was a thing. So we'll see how they go one time. And then this is my bureau. I've always wanted a bureau and now I have one. I bought it second hand, only 20 quid. That's not bad. I've decided to put this in here at the moment. So I've got my water pipettes, and these are all my oh, they're all running off the desk now. Right, stay. There we go. One's escaping still. And these are refills. They are for the mono razor rubber things, and they're just the refills. So I keep all those in there. So hopefully I'm going to remember where I keep everything. So I'm going to be looking for stuff for a while until I get used to where they are all going. Now I can't get back in there, can I? Let's turn it round. Let's do that. And I have my collection of stumps, the small tortillas and the big ones. And I've got a collection of small pads there. And then here I have more refills. These are for rubbers, and these are leads. And I can't remember what these are, but it'll come back to me. And there's my battery eraser and the spritzer. But I have some a little bottle that you press down, you put water in it. I do use that. I have a tall one at the back there, and I've got some masking fluid, and I've got these two to try out. These are concentrated watercolours, just the two colours, don't know why. I'll try them out at some point. Got a couple of very small sketchbooks there, and a collection of sketchbooks there as well, why not? And I've got some masking fluid in there, and the sharpeners. I've got about 3 of these. Well, 3 of these. You think, oh, I'll buy one of them. I'm sure I had one, I couldn't find it, now I have 3. And I've got my scotch tape, and in here I've got kneadable razors, and I've put some bits in little pots. Now I've got a collection of them. So let's close that. And if I go down into this drawer, hope I don't pull it out and it falls out. So just enough. So here I've just put some water brushes, because some of the other water brushes are in my kits, because I like my kits. And that is collection of pens, like a little tool drawer really, and some empty of these. I might be doing a video on these because I've got an idea. And my idea is because I've got this tin and it's empty, and I've got an idea. So I'll create a video on that. And I've got these selection of markers as well. It's from the same shop that my sister bought those from. And it's these. So one side is colour and the other side is metallic. Yeah, that's how much they cost. And I bought 5 packets for different colours, and I put them all in there. And I've got all my washi tape in there, And I've got a spare thing here just in case I want to put something in it because it's there. Right, next drawer. And we've had to do it with my left hand. There we go. So this is we put it on the floor. You can use it like that, and then you can put like a little sketchbook on it. So it's like little tiny drawing board, but actually I think it's for like a tablet or you know, iPad or something. And I just thought it was really cool, so I bought that. Got my Neo Colour Neo Pastels in there. That's the 48 set. These are empty boxes that I haven't quite got rid of yet. And just rulers and scissors and my 2 sharpeners, and I'll drop everything. The Derwent and the Swordfish. They're both very good. And you know, you've got to have a colour chart, haven't you? Colour wheel. It's hard to open this with one hand because it needs 2 hands. Let me just do that. Hold on a second. There we go. It's better. So in this one I have all my tapes because I use these quite a lot to mask off my pastel mat. And I've got a heat gun there because my son uses a heat gun. It's glue gun, I mean, with the glue sticks, because there's quite a lot there. And I've got a box full as well. And I've got the heat gun there for watercolour if I want to, but really I've not really used it. Just random stuff. I have my Faber-Castell Pit Artist pens. I know it's upside down. Maybe I should take it out and turn it the other way. Let's turn that this way. Hold on a second. Now can I get that in there? Yep. There you go. So you can see. I bought the full set. They're really nice and they work on a particular surface very, very well. So I'll make a video of that when I get round to doing it. And these are all my just mediums that I have. So I've just put them all together in here. And I've got some charcoal and graphite at the back there. So let's just close that up. I decided to bring one of my rainbow drawers in here from my bedroom. And I've just sort of shoved things in here at the moment. This is just the paper that wouldn't fit on. It wouldn't fit in here because it wasn't tall enough. And I didn't want to adjust that shelf because then I wouldn't have got that in there. So I just left them and put this one in the top drawer. It doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me. It's just normal cartridge paper. Right, what have I got in here? Yeah. I have these. These are new. I got these for my birthday in April. My partner bought them for me because he asked me what I'd like, and I finally got them. I've been thinking about them for a while. I've swatched them out. That's all I've had. That's all I've done so far. I've not done anything with them, so I will have to have a play with that, and obviously I'll record that as well. Got my watercolor pencils in here. Let's put that up there, and I have my Inktense blocks there as well. So let's put that back. And look that, I've got another tin again. Yeah, I've got them floating around. And I think this one, these are the Neo Colour 2s. So when I'm sharpening them, instead of throwing the shavings away, I put the shavings in here. So you can use them like watercolours in here. So waste not, want not, huh? So I've just put that in there. In here, I've got, my niece bought me that. I need to put that up somewhere. I've got business cards here. So this is just tracing paper, and this is where I have my, let's have a look. Yes, my trace down, which is what I use quite a lot when I've sketched something out and then I need to put it on my pastel mat. That's what I use. This is for oil pastels, but actually they're just empty boxes. And I tried them out and
I haven't really got on with them at the moment. They're finger cots to try, you know, for the rubbing and that, but maybe I'll give that another go another time. And what have I got in here? Yeah, these are my Neo pastels again, but the 96 sets. This is the full set. I really love these. This is just foam stuff that I haven't thrown away because I like to line the drawers with those. And yeah, these are all my inks. So that little machine that I was talking about, you can just, when you want to mix them up, because you know this needs mixing up, you put it on that machine and it just rattles it and it mixes them up for you. So this is what I meant. You wouldn't want to sit there and shake all them up, and then, you know, stir them and shake them. It'll be hours, and you've got to keep moving them, otherwise they'll settle and then they'll go hard. And then there's the other inks that I have in here, the Winsor & Newton ones, and I have a Mead palette that I've never used. You know, it's an impulse buy, isn't it? Oh, that looks good. You buy it and then you don't use it. That's what I've done. And this is where I've got my Paul Rubens watercolor kit for you know, the nice material here. These are the metallic paints. I'm trying to do this one hand at the moment, so I really just want to do a quick sweep, but you know, I've got to show you something with watercolors, haven't I? Yeah, there's my collection there, and in the middle there, they're not the Paul Rubens. This is I'll show you what they are, but I'm not going to get any more metallic paints, because you know that's plenty for me. Otherwise I wouldn't have anywhere to put them, would I? I'd be filling it up in here. And those are the ones that I've used, Supervision. Those are the ones that are in the middle there. So these were in tubes and I just squeezed them out. And the bottom tray, the granulating paints. Everyone knows what these are, and the ones in the boxes. These are Chinese paintbrushes, different sizes, and this is gouache in here. It's a different type of brand gouache. I'll have to look at those because they're in little tins. I'll have to look at those, see if they've dried up. I hope they haven't. And then in the corner, I've got this chest of drawers. I might replace it with like a nice tall cupboard with doors on it, so you can open it up. I've got shelving. I might do that, but at the moment I just use this for now. I just tried to get the stickers off that are on the sundown. So in the top, I've got, these are the other pastels that I have. These are soft pastel sticks, and those pastel pencils as well. I don't like it like this at the moment. They're the tins that I had my pastel pencils in, because I've put them in. I'll put them in those drawers what I showed you before. So they're just the tins at the moment. So, and then I have, these are the Contis, but I can't fit them in. I can't fit these. I can't fit them in these drawers because they're too big. You know, they're too big, so it's not working for me. I think I really would like to have that plan chest and have them in like a big drawer. That would be really good. And also I've got my pan pastels, and I'd like them in the plan chest as well, all spread out, so I could just open the drawer and pick what I want. I don't like it like this, but that I'll have it like this for now. It's just how it's going to be, isn't it? And I've just got some blocks of plain paper here. That's what that is. Yeah, I've got some more inks there. The PH Martins, both sets, one set, and there's the other set there. And I've just got random things in here because I made this. This is for plein air painting. You can just attach your sketchbook to it and put your tin paints on here. And I have a video about this, so if you want to have a look on my channel and have a look at the video of how to use that. So I've just got random stuff in here, and then I've put all the watercolour kits in here. This is my son's. Look how dusty that is. He hasn't been using it. So I'll put, this is gouache, he's put his gouache in there. So there, yeah, they're all my kits. And they all fitted in this one drawer. And this drawer is just a junk drawer. I mean, you've got to have a junk drawer, right? Yeah, I've got QuickBooks here. Yeah, you've got to have a junk drawer. And then at the top here, these are all my tubes of paints, all my gouache, my watercolours, oil paints, and open acrylics. So they're all in here. That was my mum's. So I've inherited that back. Still haven't finished this painting yet. That was done with oil open acrylics. And I've done that. I was able to play with something. So in here, these are my unison pastels, and there's another set there. They actually fit quite nice in there, and just a random few there. To be honest, I have not used them at all yet. I've not created anything, so I'm gonna create a video using them, you know, like for the first time, and see how I go. And I've got these pastel sticks. So all in here are pastels. These are Rembrandt ones, they are. And these ones, they're Faber-Castells. So, oh, I nearly dropped them. That would have been a nightmare. So, there you go. These are just all the Rembrandts. And then these are polychromo sticks. And then I've got some Faber-Castell extra pastel pencils. Same here. And all the spare ones there. I do use them a lot, so they are going to be used. And then I've got my tin thing up here. You put your paint brushes in there facing down so you can drip dry them. And then in here I've got all my fountain pens in there in those sleeves. And yeah, pens galore, my fine liners. Yeah, more clutch pencils. Clutch pencils and leads. Graphite pencils, extenders, more leads, fountain pens, and you've got the these are the Blackwing pencils. I've got the grey and the black. It's just that when you buy them, they come in a box of 12, I think it was. So, you know, I don't mind that. And I've got just a handful of Poscas and some more pencil extenders. Colouring pencils that I had since I was a child, like they've got my name on them. Do you see? My mum had them, had our names put on them when we was a kid. I thought they were awesome, and I've kept them. Look at these little itty bitty ones. Look at that. Yeah, aren't they cute? Especially this one. Ah. And down here are just some pens and other colouring pencils. So that's that in that corner. Then you come into, I've got this desk here. Yeah, I put this random carpet down. So I don't really care what the floor looks like. As you saw previously in the video a little bit earlier, I was laying this down. It's nice and spongy, and it's easy to replace. And this, I didn't buy this carpet. It was just carpet that I had, so I thought let's put that down. Especially if you're pulling a chair back and forth on that spongy floor, it it might rip. So this is something I'm working on currently with my oil pastels, and I'm creating a video about that. And then I've put all my these are my colouring pencils. I've got 3 sets of colouring pencils in here. Well, actually, these ones are the pencils. The colouring pencils are up here. Hang on. Let me get it out. I start again. These are my colouring pencils. I've got 3 sets. So I've got 1 set, 2 set. I've got 3 sets of colouring pencils, and then here is like charcoal and you know, graphite pencils and things like that. So that's quite a lot in there. And I have the Derwent 100%. These are, yeah, there's the Derwent 100% light fast, and these are the Faber-Castell ones, the polychromos, and the top one are the luminants. Yeah. And then these are my 2 glass set pens, and I have a light here fixed. So it's fixed on here. And I also have this arm here, so I can put my phone in here to do some recording face down and see how that goes. Mind you, this is wobbles all over the place. It just wobbles, so I might have to replace it at some point, but I just don't want to drill any holes in the wall. I just don't want to do it. These are all pencil cases with markers in them, Tombos, watercolour markers, fine liners, and there's me, well, I've got a toilet roll there, but not for what I'm using it for. You know, you always need some paper towels in here somewhere, and that's a drawing kit. And I have some oil pastels in here, and then I have these 2 like drawers, so I can just put random things in there when I'm, you know, because I'm working at my desk. I have that there, I can just reach for them, whatever I'm going to land up in there at the moment. And this is to put an iPad in, so if I want to use reference. And down here in there is all my sponges for my pan pastels. And as you go down, I've got some kits down there that I've already put on the videos before. And then I have my tripod that I move around. And then I have this other stand I can put my iPad in here as well for when I'm working on my easel. And I have another light. I actually might not need to use light, because this light here that I have on the ceiling, it's really big. It's 6 foot, and it's not very tall, because I'm 5'3". I can touch the ceiling with my fingers tips. I'm 5'3", and that might actually be enough to light everything up in here, I think. Yeah, I have this easel here. I do have a video for that as well. If you're interested, go and have a look if you haven't already. But if I want, you know, I could use this for drawing on, or it's getting dark outside. Can you see me? Can't really see outside. It's getting a bit dark. Yeah, I can move that from there one, but I'll have like this surface to work on now. So this is how it looks at the moment. It's I now have a space that I really didn't have before, so I'll see how it develops as I work in here, and what needs I need to, and what I need to replace. Not replacing those, but definitely that, and definitely this table. I might even replace all that as well at some point. I just want to see what works and what doesn't. So that is the tour, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did enjoy the video, a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe, so you can see me working in the studio here and see it develop, because I am going to just reorganize it all anyway, because I will. So I don't feel so bad actually, because now I have all my art supplies in one place. And I didn't show you what was in this drawer. Let me just show you what's in this drawer. Yeah, I do have a lot of pens. That's my dry gouache palette. Yeah, the Medine palettes. I really like that. It's very good. So, and there's lots of drawing pens and that in there. So now I have all my art supplies in one place. I don't have as much as I thought I did. I thought I had a lot, but I don't feel bad at all. I don't think I've got a lot at all. So I'm quite pleased about that.
All future videos will be made in this new space. You can let me know in the comments what you think about my new studio. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.